Hi, everybody. Welcome to WCAX Extra. This is our live desk streaming show. It kicks off every day around 9:15. Sophia, I want to touch base with you on a story you just aired this morning about new gun ownership, and that was in post the most recent election. Obviously got a good amount of comments on our Facebook page. I really just want to kick it off asking you, how did you come about this story? What was kind of the thing that kind of tipped you off?
Yeah, I was just scrolling the social media site Reddit, as I do, and I stumbled upon this, and I was initially just struck by that first post, someone talking about, considering buying a gun post-presidential election, and then all these comments, a lot of people saying, so am I. I'm worried about, a rise in hate under another Trump presidency. Okay, what does that mean for them? A demographic, LGBTQ plus Vermonters, women, other marginalized Vermonters who might not necessarily be the first ones you would think of to own a gun, and I think a lot of them would classify themselves in the same way. I didn't think I would ever own a gun, but now I'm considering it. So that's how I initially stumbled upon this story.
Yeah,
really
absolutely. And the person you talked to, they said they're buying their first gun. Yeah. And it's, again, for those same sort of similar reasons, correct?
Yeah, so that's Bucky West in Bristol. And he is a trans man and said, under another Trump presidency, he's worried about more hateful rhetoric, right? And, he acknowledged in Vermont he fears a lot less than people in other states might, but it's still there, and he wants that sense of security. So, he's still shopping around, but, within this Reddit group, he says he's finding some of that support and, hearing from current gun owners about, how do I go about this?
No, absolutely. And I did want to touch again, so a lot of people, I think especially in our Instagram comments, they pointed out that this time of year, gun stores might be a little more popular because of hunting season, right? And or you're a returning gun owner, or you're buying another one, or you're getting ammo. And so those kind of things are maybe could be not the case.
Yeah, it certainly coincides with hunting season. We absolutely cannot ignore that, and it can be tricky to track gun sale numbers as a whole, especially right now, kind of while it's going on. But I went to Perro's in Waterbury, and I went there because a lot of the people in this Reddit group were talking about wanting to go there specifically because it's more politically neutral. And what they told me is, they are seeing a lot of people coming in for guns for hunting or even like the holiday season, but they are also seeing a lot of people booking gun training classes, lessons, and that can be an indicator of first-time gun owners who are looking to get their wits about them. How does this even work? And we know that coincides with what I heard from Bucky and that entire Reddit group of people saying, we're looking into this. I just bought my first gun. We want to go to Perro's, right? So obviously, it can be tricky to weed out, okay, what was people who bought a gun
what's the reason?
Selection, or, they want a gun for hunting season, but we do know that there is this group of Vermonters going out specifically to buy guns out of post-election fear.
No, absolutely. Again, just a good thing, kind of distinguishing factors there, especially
absolutely.
To kind of get into the weeds for this one. But I think that in mind, we'll show your story again and kind of dive into it.
Cool.
Bucky West grew up in a home with guns, but never imagined he'd be the one wielding one. Then, Donald Trump was reelected.
Being trans myself, I do feel the need that I might have to protect myself in that way, which sucks because, like I said, I didn't really want to have to own one.
But he's shopping now alongside dozens of other LGBTQ plus and marginalized Vermonters. They found each other on social media site Reddit and are planning a meetup to see what's on the market.
Just to see what we can do for each other and all that.
Gun sale surges are common during contentious elections when people fear restricted access. But these Vermonters buy out of fear of rising hate. Experts say it happened in 2016, too, when minorities across the country armed themselves amidst Trump's first presidency.
Those trends are common. We've seen them other points in U.S. history, and we're seeing them today.
West plans to visit Perro's in Waterbury. Unlike many gun shops around the state with Trump flags and windows, Perro's is noticeably neutral.
And we try to keep it neutral because both sides of the aisle, if they want firearms, they should feel comfortable coming to Perro's.
Perro's booked more gun trainings in the days after the election than the months leading up to it. Many shoppers are first-timers aiming for peace of mind.
People are picking up firearms for personal protection.
Wes and his friends hope they never have to protect themselves, but being caught unprepared isn't a risk they're willing to take.
Something I might have to think about, even if it's not exactly what I want to do.
And again, of course, that was a story from our Sophia Thomas talking about some new gun ownership. Again, there's lots to get in the weeds about on that one. So you can go to WCAX.com. You can see that full story as well. But as far as this week goes, we have a very busy travel week ahead of us. Some people have short weeks for the holiday, Thursday, Friday. And again, just a lot to keep in mind, especially as Thanksgiving really, really creeps up here.
Yeah. Hard to believe, but
Yeah.
we are going into Thanksgiving, and unfortunately, we know this week, busy travel week for a lot of people, and we're keeping an eye on what could be kind of an active weather week for some of us. And today, not too bad. It's actually pretty quiet. Look outside. I mean, this is the most sunshine that we've seen here in a couple days, so that's pretty nice. But then as we head towards tomorrow, that's when we start to keep an eye on a little bit of a system. Rain starts to fill in here as we head towards about daybreak tomorrow morning. But some of us are pretty cold closer to the surface. That could potentially mean a little bit of freezing rain, especially the Adirondacks, as well as to the Green Mountains points east, eastern Vermont, as well as into northern New Hampshire. Then again, looking relatively quiet for Wednesday. Then we'll have to keep an eye on something as we head towards Thanksgiving as well as Black Friday. The models are still split on the track, and that also means they're highly discrepant when it comes to snow totals as well. For now, here's the view on satellite radar right now. Not a bad start to our Monday morning. Plenty of sunshine out there. Heading through the rest of the day today, any leftover clouds basically burn off or left with a good amount of sunshine here through the course of the day today. Into the night tonight, though, clouds quickly back on the increase. That starts to give way to rain showers here as we head towards tomorrow morning. Again, now take a look at where I was pointing out. The Adirondack Park, the Green Mountains points east. That's where you start to see some of those pinks showing up, indicating freezing rain. We keep the potential at freezing rain here right through the mid to late morning hours before a gradual transition back over to rain as we head towards tomorrow afternoon, just thanks to the fact that we're warming back up above the freezing mark here for all of us. Then we're quieter as we head towards Tuesday night. In terms of that icing potential, again, it's the Adirondack Park as well as to the east of the Green Mountains where we could see a glazing of ice. It's not really looking to be all that much ice by any means. We're not talking about power outages or anything like that, but we know it doesn't take too much ice to possibly have an impact on travel here for tomorrow morning, so be cognizant of that when it comes to your Tuesday morning commute. A winter weather advisory has been issued for those same exact areas, the Adirondack Park, the spine of the Green Mountains points east all the way into northern New Hampshire, running from 1 a.m. tonight until 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon for the potential at some slick travel here for that tomorrow morning time frame. Then all eyes will turn to another potential system Thursday and into the day on Friday. So here is the European model. Notice how the European model very bullish on bringing us a whole lot of snow, some possible mixing, especially in the broader valley locations like the Champlain Valley, as well as right along the southern half of the area, right along the Massachusetts state line. So that's the European model right now. Next, I'll show you this being the American model, and this is the same exact time frame, Thursday at 3 o'clock. Basically nothing happening across the area, just a few clouds and maybe a little bit of mixed precip right along the Massachusetts state line. So the model's really not on great agreement on what is going to happen in that Thursday to Friday time frame. The American model brings us basically little to no snow here as we head towards Friday morning. Take a look at the European model. That brings us several inches of plowable snow in that same time frame. What I will say is the American model has been all over the place here over the last several days. So they've been kind of wishy-washy. The European model been a lot more consistent. We like consistency here. So at this point, probably going to favor that northern track and maybe the chance at a little bit of snow here for that Thanksgiving and Black Friday time frame. But the point is, still too early to tell. Stay tuned. We're going to be keeping a close eye on it here through the next several days. Temperatures right now, we're starting off the day in the 20s and 30s out there. Most of us climbing back into the upper 30s and 40s here as we head towards this afternoon. Maybe even some lower 50s right along the Massachusetts state line. A few morning clouds out there, followed by a lot of pretty much afternoon sunshine here through the second half of the day today. Tonight, overnight lows, they fall back into the 20s and 30s, increasing clouds overhead, giving way to those morning rain showers and freezing rain here to start off your day on Tuesday. As we head towards tomorrow afternoon, we all start to climb back above that freezing mark. That means that freezing rain comes to an end, and we're left with plain old rain, tapering just to a few showers here as we head towards tomorrow afternoon. So now look at that 7-day forecast. Morning freezing rain possible here for some of us tomorrow morning. Again, be on the lookout for a few slick spots here for your Tuesday morning commute. Wednesday, not looking all that bad, just a few snow flurries here and there. Then we'll keep an eye on that bigger system for both Thursday and Friday. Again, still too early for us to talk snow totals quite yet because really the models are just all over the place. Hopefully we can nail that down a little bit better here as we head towards that time frame. But nonetheless, no matter what, no matter if we see that system Thursday and Friday, we are looking cooler as we head towards next weekend, but definitely worth watching here as we head through the next several days because obviously Thanksgiving and Black Friday probably going to end up being busy travel days here for a lot of us.
Peter, I need a scientific explanation why the weather always is terrible just in time for the holidays.
I know, it seems to always happen. You know, I was me and meteorologist Jess Langlois were talking yesterday. It was like, when Thanksgiving and Christmas always fall in November and December, obviously, why do we always have to contend with weather?
Yeah, it's never smooth sailing for really anybody. And this for me, it's the first time I'm going home for Thanksgiving in 4 years.
I know, yeah.
And I can't wait.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't wait to sit in traffic for 5 hours.
I'm supposed to go home Thanksgiving right after the morning show, actually.
We'll see.
We'll see what weather dictates.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Peter. Hopefully, we'll keep an eye on that as well.
Yeah.
And hopefully drive safe, really regardless of what's coming for us.
Yep.
But I think that in mind, we'll let you guys go, and you can see Peter and I on Channel 3 News at noon.
Yep.
All of our content at WCAX.com, and see our evening shows as well. Be a good time. Check it out. Maybe.